One day I was sitting at home and I saw the window open by itself and it was closed. And I wondered if the spirits were real. Do they live with us? And I researched this subject and found 10 signs that the spirits are real. While you subscribe and like my video, I go through these 10 signs. And don't forget to indicate in the comments the moments you feel the spirits. 1. The intensity of feelings. Have you ever had an overwhelming feeling that went beyond what your body could physically perceive? Occasionally, we are overcome by emotions that seem to originate from somewhere other than our physical existence. The arrival of a new baby, the passing of a loved one, or even random acts of goodwill among strangers might set off these feelings. Awe and amazement, a sensation that what we have just encountered is a part of something far bigger than ourselves, are common emotions that they evoke in us. This profound emotional connection might be seen as proof of the soul's existence, a sign that our souls are intertwined with a higher power that goes beyond our physical life. When you sensed a deep connection to something bigger, more important, and ineffable, was it an overwhelming feeling you'd ever experienced? Tell me how it changed the way you look at humanity and the meaning of life. 2. Mysterious recollections. Have you ever discovered a recollection that doesn't fit with your recorded life narrative? Despite the vividness and complexity of these recollections, they don't seem to fit into your own past. They may depict locations you've never been to or events that take place in what seems like a different era or society. Maybe you fantasize about a home you've never set foot in, or see strangers in your dreams on a regular basis. Some people believe that these recollections, for no apparent reason, are really remnants of prior lifetimes, windows into the adventures your spirit has been on in other bodies. These recollections, which may be both disturbing and fascinating, provide a glimpse into the unknown that may exist beyond our present comprehension of sequential time and personal identity. Are any of you able to recall similar events? Tell me how they make you feel about the interconnectedness of your soul and the human experience in general, if that's the case. 3. Related concepts beyond clarification. When you meet someone for the first time, do you ever have an overwhelming sense of familiarity, as if you've known them forever? Due of their clarity and intensity, these moments are frequently shocking. You seem to have been bound together invisibly, transported here at this exact second, defying the laws of distance and time. Such bonds may show themselves in a variety of ways, such as an easy flow of conversation, a degree of comfort that often takes years to build, or even an understanding that transcends language. It is possible that our souls know one another via shared experiences or previous encounters, as these deep relationships imply. What effect have these relationships had on you? Do they make you contemplate the more profound, maybe spiritual connections that bind us all? 4. Near-death experiences. Has your view on life and death been altered by those times when you were at the edge of death? Those who have had near-death experiences, NDEs, report vivid images, a sense of calm or disconnection, and in rare cases, contact with what seem to be spirits or loved ones who have passed on. Some say they feel themselves drawn to a dazzling light, while others say they are engulfed in an overwhelming feeling of love and acceptance that appears to be beyond all understanding. Beliefs about death and the hereafter may be profoundly affected by these situations. Our scientific and individual comprehension of consciousness is often tested by such encounters. Have you come away from such an ordeal with a fresh perspective on life or a renewed feeling of purpose? What impact has this had on your beliefs on the afterlife? 5. Intuition. When was the last time you trusted an intuitive hunch that, while seemed irrational at the time, turned out to be remarkably correct? Sometimes when we don't have a good reason to follow our intuition, it will lead us in the right direction. A random decision that turns out to be very beneficial may be the result of an overwhelming impulse to contact a long-lost acquaintance, take another route home, or do something completely out of the blue. Rather than being just coincidental, these intuitive strikes point to a more profound, subconscious awareness that accesses knowledge that our rational brains are unable to detect. Have you ever followed a gut sensation that said go, but couldn't be explained, but got you precisely where you wanted to go? Tell me what happened and how it made you more confident in your intuition. 6. Dreams and visions. Who here has had dreams that seemed like messages from another world because of how real and significant they were? Dreams like this may be so specific and detailed that they seem to have more meaning than just a dream. They might take place in locations we have never been to before, entail interactions with entities who seem to have extraordinary intelligence, or include unexplainable insight into future events. Such dreams have the potential to linger in our minds for hours after we awake, prompting us to seek explanations or deeper significance. At a time when you needed direction or solace, did these visionary experiences provide it? How do you think they have shaped your views on the nature of reality and the afterlife? 7. The eyes. It is often said that the eyes are the portals to the soul. When you look into someone's eyes, do you ever feel like you're seeing more than just their emotions or some passing detail? Maybe it was in the midst of an unexpected meeting or a time of deep connection when you felt like you could see right through them to their core. As if you are peeping into someone's ordinarily concealed facts. These moments may be both disturbing and profoundly emotional. Such encounters may expose a person's innermost feelings, whether they be a quiet cry for understanding, a grin belying deep grief, or knowledge beyond one's years. Is your relationship with that individual different now because of these intense visual moments? Tell me what it was about their gaze that struck a chord with you. 8. The power of positive thinking and prayer. Do you know what a difference good thinking and prayer can make in the physical world? Have you ever seen it for yourself? We all have anecdotes of times when our combined prayers, hopes, and thoughts seem to bend reality in ways we never imagined. Sometimes things happen that make us question how the universe works, like a miraculous medical recovery or a lucky break that comes at the most inopportune time. For those who have been through it, it seems like something far more than a mere coincidence. Tell me how the power of prayer and positive thinking has changed your life. Have you seen instances when this mystical power seemed to bring about tangible changes in the physical world? 9. A child's eye view. Kids frequently talk about people, places, and things they've known before they were born, thanks to their open minds and big imaginations. Have any of your kids ever told you stories like these? This may include very fantastical accounts of their previous life, relationships, or experiences. Some parents report hearing their children describe vividly things that have never happened to them in this life, which makes many question the depths of a child's soul and the likelihood of reincarnation. These discussions are intriguing and puzzling all at the same time. What impact have these experiences had on you? Were you prompted to re-evaluate your assumptions about reality, memory, and time as a result of them? 10. Cultural universality. The idea of the soul has persisted through the ages, and throughout the world's religions and cultures. This enormous consensus indicates an innate comprehension that is independent of place, culture, and time. For what reasons do you believe the concept of a soul is held by people of almost every culture? Is it possible that this commonality points to something essential about who we are as human beings? Maybe everyone here recognizes, deep down, that there must be something fundamentally true about the nature of reality and awareness. How do you think these different worldviews on the afterlife impact your own understanding of existence, mortality, and the meaning of life? Take a moment to consider these issues and feel free to contribute your ideas and experiences in the comments below. Do you feel a connection to these signs? Is the truth of the soul bolstered by the experiences and emotions they evoke?